Alright, what is going on, boys? Got another trade recap. This is a trade I took from yesterday during the PM session. Wasn't around for the AM session thanks to work, but nonetheless, we bagged another W. I bagged around $2,700 on this trade. Obviously, the P&Ls I'm not going to be able to show because it was from yesterday. I had to shoot off and do some stuff, hence why I couldn't record that right when I was done. But nonetheless, it's a W. In terms of the accounts, hold up, I'll show you them. All right, so here's the accounts. Obviously, we still got a bit of work to do. So the Tradeify eval, we're halfway through. I was only $400 away, but obviously I've just come off a 3 trade losing streak. So last night was the end of the losing streak. Um, so considering I still took a 3 trade losing streak, I mean we're in a good spot, right? So we're halfway through the eval. We're up 2.1k on this funded, up 1.7k on this funded, and then we're down around $200 on this funded. So still got a bit of work cut out for me in terms of requesting a payout. But yeah, we'll just keep on grinding through. I haven't been on tilt in God knows how long now, so I'm doing something right. And obviously my psyche's getting better. But anyways, let's go back to the charts. All right. I'm in replay mode right now, so I don't have to scatter through a bunch of price action from today. Anyways, bias coming into the session. Let's zoom out to the hourly real quick. So we had the SMT at all-time highs. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let's zoom back to 2 p.m. when I was approaching the charts. So if you don't know already, when I trade the PM session, I'm only trading from 2 to 3:45. Those are the hours. I like that new 4-hour candle. So, anyways, we have the SMT at all-time highs, and we're starting to displace back into the range. You can see NQ 50-minute chart. And at the time, there was this this hourly gap we had already traded into and started rejecting. However, zooming into the 50-minute, we kind of had a little sell model going on, right? We had this shifting structure, and then we had this 15-minute gap open, which we just tapped into. I wasn't really too keen on this, so I want to see us dig into this more. But I called this out to the Discord. I want to see us come into here, come lower, and come higher. All right. This draw was on my mind. All depends on how we react at this 15, right? So we either come through and then we start to target all-time highs, or we respect this and then trade towards a sell side liquidity pool. Or another third option, we take this and then we look for longs back towards all-time highs. And that was the trade we took. So when it comes to bias, I'm not like fixated on, marrying whatever I think is going to happen. This is me simply being reactive to price. We have this option, or we have this option, right? Or we have this option. So I'm only looking for trades here. All right, I'm only looking for this move, or I'm looking for this move, or I'm looking for the move that I actually caught, right? So that is how you be reactive to what price is telling you. So let's play price out from 2 p.m. open. Okay, nothing here for me. Didn't like nothing through here. This is no displacement. We end up coming up back into this 50-minute. We take the internal high. So I'm like, cool, I'm happy to take a short position here. Got the sell side liquidity pool on ES. Again, nothing I'm really liking through here. No clear displacement through a swing low. All right. And then I remember having a limit order resting here for this trade. But it never ends up getting tapped. So that's completely fine. We wait for the long position. Sell side liquidity is now taken. All right. Again, I don't like nothing through here. ES has the gap, but I just not liking this price action. I also want to see some internal manipulation. Then we finally get the shift through this short-term high. In terms of actual, this is our higher time frame, low time frame market maker model, right? Because we've just taken out this internal low. After sweeping this liquidity, we put in this low. We end up bouncing up. We come down. We remanipulate this low. So now we have our internal market maker buy model through here. All I was looking for was this buy side liquidity. All right. And ES ended up getting there first, unfortunately. But, you know, anyways, ES had these equal highs. I market ordered into this here because ES ended up trading into the 1 minute gap first. And oftentimes you end up missing the trade, like one of the boys I was with who was trading. He missed his entry simply because he wanted his limit order to get traded into here. But another thing you got to remember, there's a volume imbalance here on top of that. And ES is retrading into the gap. So I've market executed. And then I got out of this price here for around a 2R when ES took the draw. Obviously, it's pretty obvious that NQ is going to take it, but I'll always get out when ES takes my draw on liquidity. So that is the trade of yesterday. Yeah, clean execution. So I tell you what, while we're here, why the fuck not? Let me go back to where I had it. That's around like, that's good, 22%. Let's remove these drawings and go over what I want today, because there'll be a market recap later for the PM session, because again, wasn't around for the AM. And let's see where we're cooking up for tonight's PM session. Okay, first things first, we're at all-time highs. Still, just trading through the roof. ES has come down. We've traded into this daily imbalance. I know it's only small, but it's there. Oh, we haven't got there yet. Okay. So this is a potential retrace point for ES. We'll just keep that marked on our chart. So zoom into a 4 hour now. And let's see what we got cooking up. So this is our sell side liquidity pool, which we could see us retrace into before we end up moving higher. Obviously, we've still got a long time. How long have we got? Yeah, we still got over an hour until I want to be trading PM. Okay, so we can market that liquidity pool on NQ as well. And also this is a low resistance liquidity run through here. We can mark that out. It's just on our charts there. Alright, so we've got low resistance liquidity. ES has got a daily BISI to trade into. Looks like we're starting to see a retrace here. We'll mark out all-time highs because that's likely going to be our drawn liquidity. Alright. Mark that on ES. Okay, we have an SMT, but less. All-time highs. Let's zoom in once again to the hourly. Okay. So, honestly, don't like anything I'm seeing. We just got to wait and see what sort of price action gets delivered. Because this hourly chart looks like shit. I mean, ES looks better, I guess. I want to see that sell side liquidity get hit before we start moving higher. So this would be my bias. I want to see ES come up and trade into this hourly, come down here, or we come down here and then we start looking for longs back towards this hourly gap and back to all-time highs. Simple as that. You don't need to spend all day on your bias. We got a little, let's zoom in again to the 15. Yeah, so we got a sell model going on here. All right. It's a higher time frame market structure shift. And we pull back to the 15. We continue to respect and sell off. So definitely in a middle time frame sell model right now. We'll see how much lower we want to come. Whether this gets manipulated with the SMT, and then we start looking for longs back to all-time highs. So that's the bias coming into the PM. So yeah. Anyways, cheers for watching, boys. That is how I made $2,700 yesterday evening. And I'll be back again with either a market recap or a trade recap later on. So see you then.